clearly there's a season 2 coming out in the near future. Clearly. This episode, A1 Pictures basically has this episode as a setup besides the conclusion in the first half. The second half is all a setup for a second season. They're making it very, very clear to you, making it so obvious that they're gonna have a season 2 hopefully within the next 2 years because the manga is still ongoing. Now the thing is, this episode went anime original. It did. A little bit different than the manga, but I still enjoyed it. Now I do have lots of issues with this finale, but at the same time, before I get to the critique, as an anime watcher who just purely watching for the enjoyment, I would give this a 10 out of 10 because it was an epic episode. But now let's talk about in terms of a review, because this episode had a lot of flaws. Now I will be doing a top 5 WTF moments, and that's gonna be a separate video where I'm gonna cover the top 5 moments of this episode. So I'm not gonna talk about those moments here. So there's gonna be a lot of things that I won't talk about. For example, Hawk coming back to life, and I got a lot of stuff I need to say about that. But I will cover everything else that I wanna talk about. First of all, Gil Thunder wants to leave town, but in reality, he's investigating this marking that he saw on Meliodas and on Hendrickson. So that was his excuse. I'm leaving town to atone for my sins, blah blah. Bullshit. He's trying to investigate Meliodas, the demon clan, everything that's going on between that. So definitely, it seems like in the second season, perhaps Gil Thunder is gonna have to fight Meliodas. Perhaps he's gonna get so crazy with this investigation that he's gonna see Meliodas as an enemy. So that's gonna be very interesting. The other thing I want to talk about is Meliodas takes Elizabeth. He steals Elizabeth from her dad. Like literally, like, later dude, I'm taking your girl with me. Oh man, so funny. Now the thing is, he wants to investigate and find the last sin, which is the sin of pride. The last Nanatsu no Taizai. Okay, so I'm excited to find out who the last sin is, which I already know, but that's pretty much gonna be season 2. Now, the king of the kingdom says Meliodas' next journey will be even more difficult than this one. Why? Why do you not tell us why? And that was the big issue with this episode. They make a lot of claims, but gave no explanation whatsoever. Okay, for example, Ban is leaving. Why? Why are you leaving? You got shit to do? You got things to investigate? Tell us why. Now King, for some reason, goes and follows Ban. So we lost Ban, we lost King, and freaking Merlin came back after all the action is over. Are you kidding me? Did your people just die? You're gonna stay out the sidelines and then come afterwards? Oh, but at least she's joining the team now. So overall, we still have a big group, and of course Hawk. Now, there was no opening. That was awesome. I love the fact that they skipped the opening because the music, the build up during that opening section, that sequence, and then it goes into the anime. I was, yo, the hype is real. It was so good having no opening. And of course they had no opening because there was just so much to cover in this episode, and they did it all. They crunched it down to one episode. I really felt like the fight scene between Hendrickson and the Nanatsu no Taizai was kind of short. It was kind of unexpected. Like we finally get to see Meliodas and the Nanatsu no Taizai at their full power, fully recovered, and then you have this short fight scene. Oh, I wanted it to last longer, but it is what it is. Now I do like Meliodas' revengeful counter. That the fact that Gother had this thing where they can all read each other's mind, and then Meliodas had this plan to take all the hits, the stabs, the punches, the kicks to the nuts, and then he will double the power that he took the damage and inflicted upon Hendrickson. And then seeing Hendrickson run away like little wuss. Yo, did anybody notice that Meliodas was flying or like levitating? I mean, I really don't think he jumped because he was like up in the air for a while, okay? So all of a sudden Meliodas can fly or levitate. What the hell? Alright, that was a little weird. Now, Diane invites King to the festival. But my question is, where's the festival? Where is the festival? All we saw from the festival was a little kissing scene, okay? And the fireworks in the background. Why would you talk about a festival and not give us a festival? That makes no sense. Now, Guild Thunder apologizes to Hawk for the White Dreams Forest. Now, you guys remember in the White Dreams Forest, that's when we first encountered Guild Thunder in the season, which is that forest that's like foggy and you can't really see anything. Now, I don't exactly remember what Guild Thunder did to Hawk in the forest, but perhaps he's not talking about the beginning of the season. Perhaps he's talking about something way in the past, between maybe an interaction between Guild Thunder and Hawk. Because I do think I'm still like Hawk, there's a lot of mystery between Hawk. Like, why was he able to be revived? And also, why is he a talking pig? And I think that has something to do with the history between him and Guild Thunder. Perhaps Guild Thunder is the one who put Hawk in that pig form, because we don't know the history of Hawk. Maybe Hawk used to be a human and then was turned into a pig, which will explain why he's able to talk. And perhaps Guild Thunder has something to do with that, which is why he like explained to him like, I'm sorry. Because if Guild Thunder was talking about the beginning of the season when we first saw him, then Hawk wouldn't remember. But Hawk had no idea what he was talking about. He was like, what are you talking about? Like, so Hawk obviously doesn't have the memories of when he was turned into a pig. That's just my theory. I could be totally wrong, but I do think that the way Guild Thunder was looking at Hawk kind of reveals that there was some history behind that. Now, this episode, for the most part, it's all about, the theme is love. The relationship between Gila and Gother. What was that? That came out of nowhere. What are you doing? Gother, Gila, Jericho looking at Bonnie, her dreams, like all naked and stuff, like, oh, my hero. Oh man, that was funny. King and Diane, of course, Meliodas and Elizabeth. So there was this love theme in this episode. Overall, I just think it was an amazing episode. The first half concludes it, which I'll talk about this in my top 5 video. I was gonna talk about Hendrickson and that ending of Hendrickson and the bird. But anyways, overall it was a good episode. I do think that there's a little bit too much setting up, too much setup with no explanation, and I do know they went anime original. Now, I'm fine with anime original. I'm not the type of person who says you have to follow the manga the way it is. Like, I'm not like that, okay? As long as you can make it entertaining and good, I could care less whether you follow the manga or not. Just give us something to enjoy. And while they didn't follow the manga in this ending, I still found it enjoyable and entertaining. I know some of you may disagree because you're hardcore manga fans, and perhaps maybe the manga is better, but you need to think about the perspective of anime only watchers. They've never read the manga, so all they care about is, are they entertained? Are they enjoying this episode? And I do think that overall this episode did execute very well that feeling of, wow, this is awesome and I'm sad, I'm gonna miss you. But at the same time, A1 Pictures is giving us hope for a second season. And I do hope the second season comes out soon, because this is an amazing series. An amazing series. I'm looking forward to see what's gonna go on in King Arthur's land. What is the big deal there? I can't wait to see the new deadly sin, and I do feel like there's gonna be more of the Demon Clan and perhaps other stuff that we're gonna find out. Maybe Hendrickson is gonna come back. I'm not sure, but I'm excited. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts? Do you enjoy this episode? If you read the manga, do you think the manga was better or the anime original? Or do you like both? Do you think they did a good job? Let me know. Make sure you hit that share button. Share this with your friends on Facebook and on Twitter. Give me a thumbs up. And make sure you hit that subscribe button for the top 5 videos, which will be coming out soon. Make sure you watch my live reaction. Ooh, yeah, baby! Yeah, suck them titties, boy. Suck them titties. Oh, okay. Nah, he's not sucking titties.